Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and today we're going to make a dessert. Normally, so I'm going off a variation of my blueberry cobbler. Have I ever made that for you guys? Shoot, I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, it's a variation on my blueberry cobbler. But I'm going to use up strawberries, and I know they don't look very pretty, but we're going to make them work because I'm not going to let them go to waste. So they're not gorgeous, but they're going to work just fine. And then I have some leftover raspberries. So I'm going to do a strawberry raspberry cobbler for dessert, for dinner. So I'm super excited. Using, hold on, a little tickle in my throat. I get so excited to talk to you guys. Almond flour, Splenda, stevia, whatever you have. It's really basic, really easy, and very good. And the blueberry one is amazing. And I've made it for, I've told you guys probably in the past that sometimes I cook for people and do low carb and keto recipes, freezer meals and stuff like that for them. And so I have some clients and I did the blueberry cobbler. It's not on my menu to sell, but I made it, I was going to, I just haven't done it yet, and made a menu for desserts. But anyway, I did it for a couple of my customers and oh my gosh, they loved it. So I've made it plenty of times. I've made it for guests at our house. I have no idea that it's almond flour, you know, whatever. So we're gonna do that. I'm always out of breath when I start talking to you guys. I get so excited and it's like all this energy is pumped up and then I hold my breath when I'm talking to you or something. I don't know. Plus, yeah, my sinuses are just fun right now. Is there anything else? I don't know. I think I'm gonna do that. And we'll see what else is going on. I don't know. Probably that. Just that for right now. We'll see. Okay, hey, let's get started on this. It's yummy. I can't wait. Cheers. Alright, so I'm gonna cut up some strawberries, but I'm sure you all know how to cut up strawberries, right? I'll show you a little bit, but I thought we'd chit-chat too. So I'm gonna chit-chat because I haven't chit-chatted in a while. So anyway, strawberry. That's sad looking. We're gonna make it edible. So I cut it like this. I got this cute little, I don't know, Swiss stuff, which is part of my knife collection. And then I'm just going to cut like this. And you need about, and you can do any mixed berries you want. So 3 to 4 cups of berries. So I should be able to get enough out of these strawberries and the raspberries. The raspberries alone are a little over a cup. So then I'm just going to cut them in smaller little sections like that. And throw them in my bowl for right now. All right, let me take a breath. So, I swear, my nose, it's not even plugged, it's just annoying. Anyway, what's been going on with you? So, we went to, I know in my last video I talked about we were going on like a little bit of a road trip type thing. So, if you wonder, and I know I talk about this sometimes, or I just say that my husband and I own businesses. And then I also work full time. So, but I never told you what we do. And if you follow me on Instagram, you might maybe kind of get an idea, but probably not. Anyway, we own a hubcap store and a used car dealership. So those are our businesses that we run. And then I work at a bigger, larger, because our used car dealership is just a small used car dealership that we've had since 95, 96. And we do pretty good with them. We are very honest with our cars. And I know this is a cliche. People probably think they hear that with used car dealers all the time, but you know, and they get a bad rap, but we are actually one of the honest people. And tell you like it is, we don't really fix anything. We tell you at the time that it needs this and this and this, and then if you want it fixed, we work it around it, type stuff like that, because a lot of people in our area like to fix their own things. So if it like needs something, I don't know, something little or whatever, you know, sometimes they don't care. They're like, I don't care, I just need it back and forth to work and whatever. So they're not marked up a lot. You get a better price. So anyway, but if you want it fixed, obviously we can work on it and get it done at our price and, you know, whatever. So we're very honest car dealers. And the hubcap store is because my husband's owned, for real, has pretty much owned a hubcap store since he was about 7 years old. No lie. So he had one, he has family in the Detroit area, and he started out going, when they'd go down there and he was a kid, if you see a wheel going forward in the light, it spins, kind of looks like it's spinning backwards. So he was always fascinated with round things like that. So anyway, down in Detroit area, there's hubcaps everywhere. There's still hubcaps everywhere. And, or center caps, you know, you may think, oh, no one has hubcaps on their cars anymore. Yeah, they do. They're center caps. Every vehicle has a center cap, hubcap, or a liner on it, or a trim ring. And, so I put the end of the strawberry in the bowl. My bad. So anyway, he has always been fascinated with it, and so he would collect hubcaps when he was down visiting family. And as a little boy, he started selling them. He would, back in the day, there wasn't a lot going, it wasn't built up in the area that he was in, so he would ride his bike. You know, kids rode their bikes everywhere. And to the gas station or whatever, someone had a hubcap missing. He's like, hey, I have that hubcap. Would you like to buy it? And he'd ride his bike back. And tell you, my husband is not lazy by any means. You know, there's a lot of stuff I do around this house, and he's not here. A lot of times he gets home late. He is not lazy because he is working his ass off all the time. He's a hustler. So anyway, his hubcaps have always been his passion, his love, his pick me up sometimes, his backup for when cars aren't doing so well, the hubcaps do well. So we've had a few bad years, only because we also focused more on the cars for a while, and you know, we had some horrific employees, crazy ass employees that think it's okay to steal from you, and you know, and are psycho, literally a crazy ass psycho employee and stuff like that. Anyway, long story short, which never happens with me, so we own a hubcap store. So it's been around mid-Michigan area for a long time. Some of you may even know about, some of you may have bought hubcaps from us online. We don't have a website, but we do ship pretty much every day. And for a while there, we weren't doing a lot, but we do at swap meets. We go to swap meets and do stuff like that. We set up, sell hubcaps there, swap meets and car shows and stuff. And now we're just getting back. We used to sell on eBay all the time. eBay kind of sucked for a few years. So, you know, it was just horrible. So, they weren't for the seller, they were for the buyer, you know what I mean? So we stopped doing that. Well, now that everyone's home for the pandemic and stuff, we started it up again, and it's doing great. So we're very grateful, and very grateful for that. So we have all years, makes, models, hubcaps, center caps, and stuff like that. So that's what we list. So anyway, when we go to these swap meets, we purchase some, and we do old things, new, whatever. And so that's where we went to a swap meet we're in Michigan, and we went to Ohio. And they have it 4 times a year. I don't think we go to all 4 of them, but we've never been to the February one. But it was indoors, so that was fine. It was smaller than it normally is, which is fine. We had a great time. Then we went to, and yes, I did say we had a great time. I like going to swap meets. So, and then we went to, there's 3 antique places off, like in Springfield, right there where the swap meet was. And we went, and it's like our thing now when we go there every year, we go to the antique shops too, because, dun dun dun, there are hubcaps in the antique shops. So my husband gets, I don't know, I think he gets a little more excited than I do. It's weird. But anyway, so we get in there, and he is just like a little kid in the candy store, and he takes off, goes, finds the hubcaps, and he comes back and finds me, and then we go up and down the rows together. But, so yeah, so I got some goodies from that. So I'm going to video that part of the stuff he took with him. And it's at our warehouse, so he has to bring it back to me, because my stuff always gets mixed in with his stuff. And so then I'll videotape. I got some cookbooks, and I love antique cookbooks. I got some head vases. If you haven't seen my video on the head vases, I collect vintage head vases from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So I got some of those and some jewelry because I do like to dress retro from time to time. So I did get some jewelry and stuff. So anyways, I got a lot of little things. Anyway, but I'll do a little video on that and show you what I got once he gets my shit back here. But anyway, other than that, I just want to catch up with that. We had a good time. I will tell you, it was a little crazy going down. The car we were in had a little car trouble, but we made it back. So we had to come back after we were driving for an hour and a half, drive another hour and a half back to change it out for another car to take off to only on the way home, because it's like a 3.5 hour drive. And on the way home, we were 45 minutes away from home, and there was, I don't know what the hell it was in the road. I think it was pavement that broke up. Michigan roads suck, you know. Anyway, and all the hard winter we're having, it was, all I remember seeing, it was like this big, and it was gigantic. And it was black, but it was dark out. It was like 8 o'clock at night. And it was jagged. It kind of reminded you of snow on the bottom of a truck, you know, ice and snow. But obviously it wasn't. And it was right in the middle of our lane, and it's dark out and whatever. And you didn't see it until he got up on it, and he hit it. And so we blew a tire. So, yeah. But we got fixed. My husband fixed it. I was out with the flashlight. There was some swear words going on that I won't relate to you. But we got it taken care of. And we got home. And we have stories to tell now. That's how we look at things. It's, you know, we got there. We got back. Everything was safe. We had a great time. We had a lot of fun. Tried a new restaurant, stuff like that. And everything worked out great. And we got good stories out of it because of the little mishaps. But anyway. Enough about me rambling. I'm sure you really didn't care. Some of you may not even care about any of that. But some of you want probably an update. So I'm just going to tell you. So, alright. So, here's my strawberries. No stitching. And my raspberries. I'm not going to smoosh my strawberries down or anything. Because when I do my blueberry one, I don't smoosh them down either. But, you know, raspberries get smushy. They're going to bake in the oven, so it'll get softer and the juices will flow from them. All right, let's get this assembled so I can get it in the oven and do it with my dinner. Okay, so I combined the strawberries and the raspberries. I'm going to put in like a teaspoon of vanilla. I like to put nutmeg when I do this, and I have this cute little container that grinds it for me fresh, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so about a half a cup of Splenda, stevia, whatever you have. I'm just gonna kind of see how this goes in here. Mix it all together. Oops, man down. Oh well. I add just a little bit more. And obviously use, if your berries are like really in season, then you don't have to use as much, but 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup for this. Now, let's spray our, I do usually an 8x8 dish, but I got this cute little, I don't know, probably a 1 quart, 1.5 quart. Excuse me, the PM is getting to me. Spread that all out. You know, cobblers are so forgiving. They're so easy. You don't have to put a lot of thought into them, and they don't have to be perfect looking because they're good. Well, you know what? This doesn't have a lot of. I'm going to add just a little bit of the, what do you call it? It's this stuff. I don't even know what it's called. Like, it's from the konjac root. It's a thickener. So whatever thickener you want to use, you don't have to use it. I'm just going to use a little bit. Xanthan gum, There's a thick and thin, or thick and thin thickener that you can use just a little bit, so it'll thicken this up when it starts to bake in the oven. Kind of like cornstarch. If you want to use cornstarch, use cornstarch. Just a little though. You don't need to use a lot. Okay, so now you're going to use 1.5. Okay, another thing about a cobbler, you know how baking you have to measure all the time? You don't really have to measure too much with a cobbler. You can't really screw it up. So about 1.5 cups, you're just making the crumble that's going to go on top. Almond flour. Then about another 1/4 to 1/2 cup, it's good, of Splenda or stevia, whatever. Oh, baking powder and baking soda. Okay, so baking powder, you need, these you have to measure. 3/4 teaspoon. I got out my little 1/4 teaspoon, so I'm gonna just use that 3 times. Make sure you get the right one. You know my phobia, getting the wrong one. And then baking soda, you're only gonna do 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, and then just a little bit of salt. Table salt is fine. I'm gonna smoosh this up real quick. Mix it together. And then you need 3 tablespoons of butter. And old school way would be to use cold butter like you're cutting it into for a crust. Screw that shit. I warm mine up just slightly, soften it, just so it's easier for me to work with. I just find it's just difficult for me, and you know, I just don't like it. So I do it this way. Normally not like this. So anyway, because it came straight out of the fridge, I do like to soften it up just a little bit. Goodness gracious, this is not going the way I wanted it to. Whatever. Oh, oops, my bad. Get that little sucker back in there. And just so you know, set your oven. It goes to 375. And you're going to cook it for about, or bake it, sorry, for about 30 to 35 minutes. But just kind of smoosh. And like a biscuit or a pie crust or something like that. Oh, slippery little suckers. I don't know where, my mixing bowls are dirty, so I need to use my regular dinner bowls. Stupid things. Just kind of keep going back and forth. Okay, and now you're just going to use like 2 to 3 tablespoons. Or I'm sorry, 2 to 3 teaspoons of heavy cream. I'll probably need a little bit more than that. You just want to kind of, so it gets it all kind of wet, and then we're just going to drop it on top. Doesn't have to be beautiful, doesn't have to be pretty, but it's going to taste good. That's all that matters. Oh, maybe I won't need it. You just want it all kind of wet. So, oh yeah, I don't think I'm going to need any more. Oops. I haven't swept yet. Don't worry, I did pick up the strawberry that fell on the floor. There. See? Kind of comes together like this. And you just kind of drop it on top. So like biscuits. It will smoosh out. I do try to smoosh it a little bit because it doesn't spread a lot. And trust me, you want, whoops, get in there, little guy. You want it mostly covered because it's so good. Because it's almond flour, you know? I mean, yum. This is good with ice cream or low-carb ice cream if you have it also. I've done this before with all 3 berries, so blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries. And for like a 4th of July dessert, so yummy. I've done individual ones before. So they're like little cups of, what do you call it? Little parfaits kind of thing. Put a scoop of ice cream on there. Or whipped cream. Whipped cream is on the Cool Whip. God, I love me some Cool Whip. My favorite part of when you open a thing of Cool Whip is to lick the lid. Because there's always some on it and it's like, oh, I got enough in the bowl. I'm just going to lick this lid off here. Like I'm 5 years old. I love Cool Whip. You guys Cool Whip or are you the, what's the Ready Whip people? I have some Ready Whip right now because they're out of Cool Whip during one of the things I bought stuff for. It's okay. I prefer Cool Whip. I like to also make my own, but sometimes there's just nothing like Cool Whip, man. Nothing. All right. Look how pretty. It's not beautiful yet, but it will be. Trust me. Okay, $3.75 for about 30 minutes. Okay, you guys, what do you think? I only did a little bit because my husband's not home yet, and this is like for our, obviously, dessert after dinner, and he's not home yet. So, I've had like a few pieces out of the pan already, but I did put a little bit of the Ready Whip because I have it, so might as well use it, right? I had to let it cool down. It's so good. It's so good. It's not too sweet. It's just the right sweetness. Strawberries and the raspberries together. Yum. Yummy, yummy. Okay, I'm not going to eat it all in front of you. Not that there's a lot here, but I do need to act like, oh, hey, honey, let's have dessert after dinner. Half the pan's not gone or anything. All right, I'm going to stop. So anyway, super easy. Use any berries that you have, whatever. So good. Anyway, we enjoyed our chit-chat, our nice, yummy dessert. Remember, you can use it in the summer and stuff, and multi-berries for holidays and everything else. Anyway, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, and if you hit that little bell, it'll notify you every time I put up a new video, and you get to see me, because I know you want to, right? Right? Yeah. Okay. I figured. Yeah, I think that's it for right now, and I'll have some more videos coming up this week. So, hey, cheers!